Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Let's just dig right into it. Erislandy Lara is looking to return on August 31st against, Canelo Alvarez's brother. And you're absolutely right. When you look at this and the reason for the fight, and the reason why Lara wants to fight Canelo Alvarez's brother so much, Ramon Alvarez, is because Lara really wants a rematch with Saul Canelo Alvarez. And that's something that he's actually been looking for, something he's been wanting. And yes, we all know that it's a big payday. We all know that it's the fight that, that's going to be huge for Lara, to finally get that rematch. And these are direct quotes from Lara. He said, this next fight means a lot because that way, maybe the rematch is coming, God willing. So this is what tells me that, Lara really wants to make a statement against Canelo's brother. He wants to humiliate him. He wants to hurt him just to get an opportunity to get another chance at Canelo Alvarez. Because why else would Canelo Alvarez fight Erislandy Lara again? If they were going to rematch, they should have rematched a long time ago. At this point, it really doesn't make sense. Canelo Alvarez has moved on to bigger and better things. Canelo Alvarez is looking to unify a division. But at the end of the day, if he were to entertain a Erislandy Lara rematch after Lara gets through with his brother, because make no mistakes about it, Erislandy Lara and Canelo Alvarez's brother are not on the same level. They're nowhere near the same. Lara will dispatch of him easily and quickly. And I think that a Canelo rematch with Lara would not even be as close as it was the first time. A lot of people felt that, Lara may have edged that fight. I just believe Lara's work rate was too low towards the end of that fight, and Canelo was coming on strong, was the aggressor. So I just gave it to Canelo. I just felt like he did more. And at the end of the day, when you look at a rematch between these two guys, I don't think it makes sense. But if you did have the fight and you did make that fight, I think that Canelo Alvarez would stop Erislandy Lara. If you've noticed that Lara in his last few fights against with Hurd, Brian Castano, you notice that Lara is slowing down. You notice that Lara is not the same fighter that he once was. The movement is not as swift that it once was. And I think that Lara is still a very good fighter and still a very good competitor and still at a good level in boxing. But his advanced age, getting up there in his mid-30s, exiting his prime, and the fact that, he relies so much on physical attributes such as speed, such as, a lot of movement to keep him active. And the fact that he was dropped against With Hurd, who's nowhere near the puncher Canelo Alvarez is. If Canelo and Lara fought right now, they'd have to fight at 160. There's no way they could fight at 154 at this point. So Canelo Alvarez would have to bring him up to 160, and I believe he would truly stop Lara. I don't think Lara could take those shots, and I don't think he'd be able to run away from Canelo for 12 rounds consecutively. I think it would eventually catch up to him. I think Canelo makes easy work of Lara, but the problem with that is no one's demanding this fight. There's no intrigue in this fight. Lara's not a unified champion at 154 to even make this fight somewhat interesting. There's no reason for this fight, and I understand Lara would love the rematch, but at this point, there's no reason for it. And on top of that, he's not even with DAZN. He's with PBC. So at the end of the day, the fight doesn't make sense. And if Canelo did take him on at this point, it would be an easy stoppage win for Saul Canelo Alvarez. But once again, Unbiased as always, it's the IBFP. Please share, like, and you must absolutely subscribe.